it up, roll it up, let it slump. Roll it up, roll it up, let's roll it up, roll it up. Why talk about it, be about it, take another shot.
If you were offered the position to be CEO of Exxon, would you take it?
Oh, money-wise, for sure.
No. Just the position. I mean, obviously the money would come with it, but would you take it? And then do you think you would be happy? I'm sorry, I'm flipping it on you.
Yeah,
My bad.
I mean,
I'm just curious.
Would I be
like,
happy? Coming from what I'm doing here, probably not. Probably not, because I would know that I would want to be doing this.
I have a friend. You know, he's a business partner as well. He used to be an engineer. I believe it was for Chevron, or an operator. You know,
yeah.
He was, you know,
one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those guys. You know.
Yeah.
And he was making bank, right? He's just, I don't know, 40-ish an hour. And he said one day he was at work and he was sitting in the control room, and he just like looked up and thought, and he was just like, I'm not happy. He said, you know, he don't know what came over him, but he went to his, you know, his boss and said, hey man, I'm out, and just quit.
And a lot of people would think that's crazy.
And he is crazy.
Because I mean,
but he's cool. He's cool people.
Because at least like $40 an hour, that's life-changing money to some people. To a lot of people, that is life-changing money. That's something that you're going to be able to live off of for the rest of your life. You know, if you keep continuing to do it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people make their careers. You know, they live their whole life doing this, never making $40 an hour.
Yeah, and I think we've also been trained and conditioned of a certain, you know, a range of, you know, amount, you know, dollar amount per hour. So, you know, like you said, many people 40, but, you know, depends where we go or where, you know, what they've been trained to where they're going to see like, oh, you know, that's okay, you know. But for over here, $40, it's like, damn, you're doing good. You must be, you know, in the control room or something.
Because even if you live outside of Baytown, a lot of people don't see $20 an hour.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're
if
right.
You live
too,
in
because,
if you live in different parts of the world, people are making, you know, 15, and they're like, this is a good job. This is where it's at. That's the good job in their town.
Yeah, and some people are still getting minimum wage. So I guess it's all perspective. But exactly, that's what it is. It's perspective. Up here, and you can go way higher, but we can also go really low.
Way low. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot to record, but I am recording now. We finished. We started about halfway in, so let's get it. Yo, what's going down? I'm OD, and this is Slump Sessions. Hey. You know, you caught us in the middle of the conversation. We were talking about the Baytown Loop, but we are here with Jae Mo. You know, this is what happens whenever you're doing things by yourself. You know, sometimes you have a lot of things to check off.
You need a team.
Exactly. You know, you can't see them, but we got some bodyguards over here.
Fucking Bub's like, what the fuck?
We got some bodyguards over here. And, you know, I'm not going to lie. You are the first person that's came through here with bodyguards.
These aren't bodyguards.
They're 100% bodyguards. If they're here and they're bigger than you, they're bodyguards.
I mean, this is my nephew, man.
Hey, if they're here and they're bigger than you, they're bodyguards.
I mean, they're on payroll.
I want my security shirt.
Hey, see, that's what it is. You know, you can't have bodyguards that are smaller than you.
That's true.
But then again, I guess you can.
Like, I mean, you know, like a Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee motherfucker, you can definitely have a...
And he would be hiding in the back, kind of like, you know, you mess with somebody, he's going to sneak past and kick you.
And no one, you know, and no one's going to, you know, even recognize him. Just like, oh, this fucking little Bruce Lee looking motherfucker.
And then until you get roundhouse kicked in the face.
Yeah, until you're like, the fuck?
But, okay, let's get back. The Baytown Loop, a lot of people...
Oh, I shouldn't have wore this. It's hot.
Well, once you start getting, you know, with these lights on, it gets kind of warm in here.
Definitely. All right. Focus.
You need to take off the hoodie.
Nah, we're good. We're recording. Let's go.
All right. So, I mean, it's crazy because a lot of people that don't live in Baytown don't really know about it, especially people who live, like, in Houston. And, you know, they have different jobs, but they don't see what goes on around there. And then, you know, you worked in the refineries, and
Yes.
you are some of the few people that got out of it.
Yes. That's sorry. You just
That
you
in
brought
itself is pretty cool. I mean, I'm trying to.
man. I don't know if you caught this.
Yeah.
You know, when we were talking about my friend that was the operator and then quit.
Yeah,
Did you catch that?
I believe so. It's all there.
Okay.
Cameras are rolling, mics are over there. We got audio here,
Yeah.
So.
No, because you know, and then you brought up another past situation that I remember, and it was that day when I was like, you know what, I'm done. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Went to barber school, not knowing how to cut hair, just quit like that. And I think that's what you have to do. Just like my friend, it's just you know, and it's gonna take some.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some nuts, because that's a hard thing to do. That's a scary thing to do.
Especially if you got people depending on you.
Exactly, everything. I mean, not to mention you depend on yourself.
Yeah.
So off the rip, people are depending on you. But yes, and if there's even more, and then if you don't even have a backup situation or something that's already being profitable, yeah, actually,
Whenever you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do, that's the scary part.
it's not logical.
No, and to a lot of people that would seem like it would seem crazy.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie
Yeah.
the other day
Fuck, it's just crazy.
with my daughter. It was a kids movie that just came out. It's called Soul, and yeah, it was a new Disney movie. But it was crazy because that pretty much plays into what we're talking about right now. There's a part where this guy, he's what they consider like a lost soul.
Gotcha.
And he's working at his fucking computer,
Yeah.
and then something just sparks and hits him, and then he like flips his desk over and he's like, I'm out of here. So, I mean, it was weird to think about, like,
It happens.
yeah, like it happens, it happens to a lot of people, especially whenever they have a passion that they've given up.
I don't even think it's a passion. I just think that, whether people believe it or not, we were created to be creators. And, when we're young, we're creating, we're drawing, we're
playing, we have imagination.
Yeah, exactly. We're building blocks. We're, what are we going to be? We're going to create these lives. We're going to create, draw, all kinds of shit. And, the adults are very supportive. But as the older you get, then they start to, all right, it's time to be serious and,
it's
cut
time
all
to
that
buckle
shit
down.
off. Yeah.
You're in high school. What are you going to be doing after you get out of high school?
Yeah, exactly. And then it almost feels like it goes like this.
And then,
it's the way you feel. Like,
you get wrapped up into that whole thing. Because I remember whenever I was in high school, they would always ask me, man, what are you going to be? I said, I don't know. I'm going to do something in the plants. That was my mindset. I'm going to get out, find something to do in the plants, and then I'm going to be there for the rest of my life. Knowing that's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was actually like radio or something.
you were trained and conditioned.
But I never thought that I was actually going to do it. And then whenever I started the show, I was working in the plants. And then one of the guys was like, man, you don't want to be fucking like 50 and just say like, I could have, or I should have, or, you could have went out on that limb, at least tried it. And if it didn't work,
I think the jobs that the refineries offer is a beautiful, is a magnificent plan B that we should train the kids like, hey, like basically go for plan A and go for what you want to do.
Yeah.
But, and have no fears and go with it full-fledged, because you still got this plan B just in case. But we don't do it like that. We just say, all right, guys, that plan A shit, yeah, get off of that. You go ahead and start thinking B and build from when you should be building this.
Yeah.
To where that you could, leverage that and take it to the moon.
I know that you're somebody who does a lot of learning, by themselves. And then, getting out of, the plants and everything, but like getting out of work, what do you think about like schooling and stuff? Because a lot of people are conditioned to high school, college, learn something, go do that. And then, but now I'm in the kind of bracket of like, you don't necessarily need
formal education.
Yes. What do you think on the formal education compared like now in 2020, like with all the resources that you can learn outside of it?
Well, I mean, I'd have to be honest and come at it from an honest perspective that I'm not in school. I have not been in school for the last 10 years. So I don't necessarily know what's going on.
Yeah.
But if it's the same thing going on, then, I mean, everything, it's 2020 and it hasn't just started now, but everything's digital right now. This is all digital. This right here, what it could, become, what it currently is, it could be, it could be something huge, profitable or whatever the case may be. But they're not going to teach. They don't teach anything like that. And it's not just this. It's all kinds of things that that's digital. From what I remember in school, that they didn't teach that. They taught the same shit they've been teaching. So,
do you think they need to change curriculum on or they should and teach like life skills?
I think they should definitely. I think there's 3 things. There might be more, but definitely taking care of yourself. Whether it's whatever it is you do, you got to get that heart going. You
health.
Gotta, exactly health. And they have PE, but
and they have like sex ed and they have health, but I think they should get more in depth with it.
I'm just saying that right there is a foundation to just having.
Like a nutrition class.
No, not even that. Just like, in order to have the stamina and have your mind at a level, a balanced level, and your body to go accomplish whatever it is you want to do, and hopefully it's something it's something significant, something good, and something big. Hopefully you're not thinking small. But if you don't have that, you're not gonna have the energy. You're not going to have the stamina. You're not going to have the mind balance to go as far as the one who is doing that. And it has, that has nothing to do with, pure God gifted talent. This is straight just, being disciplined and knowing that this right here is going to give me an edge. So I think they should teach, which they do, but I don't remember them telling me like why this is so important.
Yeah.
As far as as in depth as what I was just saying. And then obviously I would say number 2 is finances.
That's something.
Financial literacy. Like they do not teach, well, they did not teach when I was in school. They didn't teach what I know today. And, just simple things like the stock market, that's like the number one wealth, number one indicator for people who have wealth. And they're, I don't remember
like
classes or anything.
And stuff.
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. Dividends, compound interest, everything. So yeah, I mean that's really important. And if they were to teach that, thoroughly, then I think that would influence younger people's minds to take a different direction than just say, hey, let's go for Plan B.
Yeah.
Because Plan B it's not that. It's not what is available. It's a great Plan B, but like
it seems far-fetched to a lot of people.
What?
Being financially free and doing stocks and stuff.
I'm sorry, I'm sweating my ass off with this sweater, but we gonna thug it out, But
it seems like far-fetched to a lot of people.
And it is because of the education that the things that we've been conditioned and trained to believe and see. The things that are available for us to see, the refineries, as we said. And because, in a sense, not to get too personal, but, like, I feel like I'm in a place of, whether it's the beginning levels or whatever, but where I'm free. But for the whole previous, decades, like, you're right. It was far-fetched. Like, that's not, like, you're fucking out there trying to figure it out. You're trying to, like, make a hit record, or you're playing the lottery when there's an actual system that is guaranteed, but it is not based off of luck. But we don't know that because, so, but yeah, that goes back to the self-education thing. Like, that's why it's important, because unless they changed it in school. But
unless they teach you it, and you have to learn it yourself.
Yeah, so...
And with resources now, I mean, there's so many different ways you can actually learn shit.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, YouTube is number one, man.
Yeah, Google has everything. YouTube has a lot of, I mean, you could literally learn whatever you want to learn.
Yeah. YouTube. Oh, man, YouTube changed. Fuck.
It's funny, like, this conversation that we have is basically the exact conversations we have whenever I come and get a haircut from you.
Definitely,
which is one of my favorite reasons to actually come get a haircut.
I think that's a lot of people's reasons. Well, the ones that come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, before I started going to you, a haircut used to just be like, go 30 minutes, come out, get fresh. Now it's like I set an appointment to go get a haircut, and I have to go like 11 or 12 in the morning because I know I'm going to be there at least for 2 hours. Like, I can't have anything to do for that day.
I mean, and let me say this, because people are like, God damn, it takes that long to cut. But certain individuals, and I'm not gonna lie, it's probably it's not a rare thing of my clientele base. Like, it's at least 50%, maybe even more. But yeah, you know, like, we're going to chop game. We're going to do that. So, you know, we'll talk, and I'll stop cutting, and we'll, you know, we're so deep into this, you know, thing, this topic that we're passionate about, just like now.
Yeah.
And the time just keeps going. So it's not, you know, just want to put that out there for anybody who wants a haircut. Like,
Yeah,
I got 2 hours, man.
It doesn't take 2 hours to actually get the haircut, but I always leave there feeling like I've learned something or gained something, you know, besides just getting a haircut. Like, I feel like I always come out with like some kind of new idea for the show, or some kind of new idea for what, you know, direction I should be doing something, or what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks a lot to you as a person, that, you know, you have a lot of information to share, and you have a lot of insight, and you have your own perspective on a lot of different things.
Yeah, and you know, touching on that, I feel like, you know, there's, you know, everyone's different, and then there's some people who I happen to be this group of people I'm talking about, that will hear something or see something, whether it's from somebody, you know, in person or a video or whatever, and it makes sense, although it sounds, like you said, far-fetched. I'm going to put it to the test. I'm going to, you know, I'm not just going to be like, I don't know, that sounds crazy. Or just like, you know what, I believe it. It sounds like it works. Like, I'm going to go fucking try it myself and see if it works, and be like, okay, this shit works. So I think that's where the things that I want to teach, it's like, I'm not just talking like no, you know, like.
But along with teaching, you know, and speaking to other people, you're still somebody who learns a lot every day.
I do, and but a great thing that's happening right now is things are popping right now. Things are going, and I've realized that my you know, my box of hours or whatever, my, you know, timeline for that, it's been limited. It's, you know, so it's not as much. Yeah. I'm not on my Audible as much. I'm not on my, you know, but then again, that's why we do that, so that we can come to a place to where you'd have, you know, things going, and you know, but yeah, What's
crazy is that this interview has probably been in the works for 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years goes by fast.
2 years, and then that goes to say, like, you were the person who introduced me to a lot of artists.
Definitely.
You introduced me to Taboo, one of my very first interviews.
Shout out Taboozy.
You brought OG Silent, one of my first interviews also.
Shout out OG Silent. Cold Hearted album coming soon.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to both of those artists. And then you introduced me to the last artist that I interviewed, Coop.
Oh yeah, Coop Martian. That's the business partner right there.
So
yeah, definitely.
Not only are you, you know, somebody who dabbles in a lot of different things and does haircuts and is a barber, and, you know,
gotta raise capital.
You are an artist yourself. And you've been an artist yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You're still doing music. You put out music videos.
I had this conversation with I forgot who it was, but this was recent, and we talked about the music video I dropped.
Yeah,
it's called Nothing. I did not want to do it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to record. I didn't want to do a music video. But I felt like I had the blueprint and a system.
I think we were talking about this last time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And just the only reason why I finally just said, all right, fuck it. Let me go ahead and do this video. I know these motherfuckers, you know, 'cause you shouldn't think like this, especially if you're an artist. If you're an artist, don't do this. But, you know, but thinking like, these motherfuckers gonna like, this motherfucker's still trying to rap or, you know, you know how it is. Like, fuck, I mean, like we said, you know, the majority. But anyways. But it was like, all right, I'm going to, even though I don't make as much music as I do, and I definitely don't promote or anything trying to, you know, the Jae Mo entity, that rapper shit, I'm going to do it just all out the blue, you know? And I'm going to show you that this system, you know, from everything, from the whole fucking shit, that it works. Because I'm not even doing shit, and watch, here, I'll show you. That's the only reason why I did a video. So I guess I'm an artist, but I'm not looking to. I ain't got nothing coming. Don't expect nothing.
You're not, you know, working on an album or nothing. But you've been an artist for what, more of like 10 years now? Because I heard your music whenever I was in high school.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the good old. No, not the good old days. Maybe those are the bad old days. These are actually the good old days.
So like 10 years, though. But you've grown a lot in those 10 years. But not only you, the music industry has grown a lot in those.
Oh, man.
So from whenever you were first starting out of, you know, making albums and pressing CDs and stuff compared to, like you said now, of your algorithms that you know and to do streaming services, how is that, you know?
It's very, very profitable, and it's very, very
Do you think it's easy? Yeah, easier now?
Definitely.
To manipulate or to be able to grow the algorithm and...
Yeah, definitely. I can pull up a few artists, you know, and we can look at their artists for Spotify, or Spotify for artists. You know, basically it's analytics to all the artists and everything on the Spotify platform. And for instance, Tabuzi, we can pull up Tabuzi and you will see how he's in 70 countries. Yeah, well, he's millions of streams, but he's in 70 countries, and there's thousands, you know, hundreds of thousands of people in Russia. Back in those days, if Taboo was rapping with us, it's going to be fucking hard to go reach those people unless we go over there.
He's not going to be able to hand out, you know, albums to Russia.
Exactly. And if you do, I mean, it's not going to be 100,000.
Yeah.
You know.
And even then, you're going to be losing a lot of money trying to fly over there. And,
yes. So, I mean, yeah, I get really disappointed that more so even the new artists, I was going to say that, you know, the older artists who maybe were doing it when I was doing it, that they stop and it's like, it's like, bro, like, it's so easy right now. Shout out My C the Champ. He's the one that actually, I was one of those guys like, nah, man. He's like, no, bro, it's different now. And so, yeah, like, it's fucking easy as fucking, like, say, if you know the algorithms and you know how to manipulate the algorithms, you know.
That's all it is. That's all, you know, everything is pretty much is all algorithm.
Yeah. I mean, and as it should be, because, you know, these people who create these platforms and they want people to stay on their platform, they've got to give them stuff that they like. So, you know, if you can get plugged in there and people like it, and, you know, you all through that shit.
But even over the time, you've became a lot more business savvy in the music space from where you started out to where you are now, because now you know a lot of the back ends and you're able to help other artists.
Yeah, we've got a full-fledged business, you know, shout out my boy Bub, you know, handling A&R side. Like there's a lot of people involved, you know, shout out Sasquatch. Fucking, yeah. Well,
on
Sasquatch.
On the business end, how do you think a lot of these artists could improve their situation?
Make music every fucking day, and a lot of them already do that. Distribute it. A lot of them do that. Register all your music through all the I can't even think of the word, through all the agencies to collect all your royalties, because DistroKid or CD Baby or TuneCore or whoever the fuck you use as your distributor, that doesn't do it. So you need to register with all the agencies so that, one, you're lined up to collect every fucking penny that you're owed. Then you need to learn some shit about advertisements, marketing, promotions, all that. And a lot of people think that they do that. And yeah, anybody does that. But at the end of the day, what are your results and how much people are you actually reaching? So if you're not good at that, you need to get with somebody that is good with that, because you can't do everything. And quit putting out bullshit music videos or bullshit CD covers and expect people not to look at you like you're a bullshit ass fucking artist. I think if you do all those things and then invest some money, I mean, you got to invest. Like, fuck, if you don't invest, fuck, like, what do you expect?
A lot of people don't invest in themselves and expect some kind of return that's, it might work for some.
That's
yes.
Lottery. It's called a lottery.
But if you don't, they always, you invest in your passion, you invest in yourself. And I see it along the lines of doing music videos and stuff, because a lot of people, they're looking for the cheapest option that they can get, and especially like you said with artwork cover, like covers and stuff, they're looking for the cheapest option.
You gotta get that Blue Star.
Hey,
sorry, I gotta plug him in. He's part of the business. Hey, Blue Star, shout out Blue Star. That's my boy. You want some cool graphics?
I would say if you want something good, you go. But you're gonna pay for it.
Oh. You're gonna pay for it.
That's investing, but
unless you come holler at us, then we got something else locked in, and we can.
You
gotta throw that in there.
You gotta get an OSF package.
You gotta hit up that osfartistrep@gmail.com and talk to Mr. Bub, and But sorry, I had to plug that in there.
What get into it. Let them know. Let them know what you offer and what they need to do.
Basically what we said. All of those things. So basically, Bub, he scans the music, and if he feels like there's something there as far as the sound, and then, we're in the digital area, so what does your social media following look like, or things like that, and honestly, it's less about social media following, it's more about your Spotify following.
Yeah.
And I know how to look into that to see if these things have been manipulated and these aren't real people. These are,
bots.
Paid. Yeah, because people do that.
People definitely do that.
But I can read through that shit. So if he says it's a go, well then he's gonna, send it to me. I'm gonna, I guess, maybe give it the second opinion, and then after that, if it's a go, then we'll offer some type of partnership, because that's what we do. Partnerships. We don't sign artists and they're our slaves, or we don't, like we're the boss. Like, no, we're partnerships. This dollar right here, that 50 cents for you, 50 cents for us. What do? We do all of that, and we're gonna put all the funding. Basically we act as a record label, but we don't treat you like a record label. But
and that's something I know we've talked about, is you want to try to come at it from a different perspective than like the traditional record label.
Yeah, where they fucking rape you.
Yeah. You're obviously somebody who's done the music. You've gone through all of this, and then so you have an insight of what you don't want to do.
Yeah. I think everybody knows, especially now, and it sucks because we have a whole backlog of bad shit that we can, just say, well, that situation was bad for that person, that person.
And for this reason.
So, yeah, exactly. So we all know what it is. And so at the end of the day, they did have a blueprint and a system. It was maybe more so of a moral thing, moral mistakes. So if we can still implement, the things that worked in those systems and continue into a, I don't want to say a new business model. Well, yeah, a new business model, but the same, the same blueprint, but just treat the artists as partners and not, I own you, you're a piece of meat.
Treat them like
I paid
people.
for you. Yeah. treat them like you. Well, I was gonna say family, but some people don't give a fuck about family. But
Yeah.
treat them like someone equal, as an equal.
Yeah.
And then things are way better. You know?
I think
run it up.
I like the fact that you talked about actually doing your work to investigate. Not investigate. I wouldn't say investigate, but like look into the artist, because you're not just somebody who's gonna take the money from some artist who is just,
Well, I don't take no money from no
No,
artist.
I mean,
period. Like they don't pay for nothing. We don't offer no services for them. Well, except for marketing.
But you're gonna
advertisements,
put your name behind somebody you actually believe in, is what I'm going at. Somebody you actually like the music, and somebody you're not gonna.
I'm an honest person, so
Yeah.
So I can't go with something that isn't honest. No, that definitely not. I don't have to like your music, but I have to like the business.
Yeah.
The business opportunity,
if
if it makes sense, because this isn't a non-profit organization.
Yeah.
We're in this to make money. So at the end of the day, I don't know if you whistle really good and you just have an incredible fan base, or your social media. I mean, we're gonna roll with the whistler,
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously that's not,
Whistling.
That's not gonna happen. But no, like that's why, like you said, investigate. That's why Bub's gonna look into.
Yeah.
Like, what does this look like?
Even with the bots, like I see it, with doing the show, somebody, hits me up and they got 25,000 Instagram followers. And then, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me look at this artist. I start going through. They got 10 likes, 5 likes. You can, there's little telltale signs that you can see that might indicate.
Yeah. But not just that. You might find the dude that has 20,000 followers, and then you go look, and he's got 10,000 likes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, kind of like Russ, the rapper said, what are they following you for? Because on Instagram, you're not really posting your music. You're doing whatever the fuck you want to do, and they're following you for that.
Yeah.
So that's where you go look at Spotify. That represents 70% of the music streaming around the world. So the majority of those of the whole analytics are right there. So you go look over there, and you see what's going on there. And you don't just look at the stream count, because you can pay for that. And you don't just look at the monthly listener account, because you can pay to be on fake playlists, and that will you can get 1 million streams, and it'll boost up everything, right? But we gotta also look at the followers, like how many people hit follow, how many real people hit follow. Because it doesn't really show it there. Now there's a way to go look and see that. So it's like, how you have, 1 million monthly listeners, but only 25 people follows you. Like that's not a good ratio of motherfuckers that's saying, hey, I heard him. I don't want to listen no more. Yeah.
I want to keep hearing what they drop, and
Exactly. It's all fake shit, like fake playlists, and a lot of people don't, they might not want to hear that, but it is what it is, and we're trying to make money.
That is a weird thing to think about. That back in the day, like we were talking about, you couldn't fake somebody paying for your album.
And that goes back to like how you just said, you gotta like the music, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, like I said, no, I don't. But going back to that time, as you're saying, when you're selling a CD, the person who makes the most money selling CDs is not the person. It doesn't reflect on their talent. It reflects on their fucking grind.
Yeah. That's
all that matters. And I mean, it goes in the same sense. Like, how many people are, how are these people, oh, I'm cold, I can beat Kobe Bryant. And it's like, yeah, there's a million dudes that are fucking cold at basketball, but how many of them are going to actually go to the gym, not do drugs, go to the basketball games, get straight at, like, do all the other shit to position yourself.
Yeah.
And the same thing with music. Like,
Kobe wasn't just good at basketball. He was one of the most disciplined athletes ever.
Yeah, like, damn, that shit hurt me. Like, I grew up in there. Like, I had all his rookie cards, and I don't know where they're at. I don't know. I think my mom stole them. Not my mom didn't steal them, but I don't know where the fuck they are. Them motherfuckers are worth some money now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I mean, nowadays a lot of things could be manipulated to, to seem like you.
To appear, yes.
Yeah. And
it's clout. It's not.
It's a weird thing to think about, that you can just buy streams and then flex for people. But flexing doesn't do nothing. you know, flexing doesn't really do anything.
It makes them feel good.
I guess so.
And no, that's exactly what it is. It makes them feel good, and it's just like those likes. Like those likes make people like, it makes them, you know, feel like they're somebody. But then, you know, when they go outside and I'm nobody, it's like I like this better. So, you know, they feed more into that. But you know, hey, that's a whole nother topic. That's for them. But as far as motherfuckers like me, us trying to do what we do, like, yeah, we're gonna scan through all that shit and see, you know, what's going on. And
if it makes sense,
if it makes sense, well then we're willing to put dollars in it. And, you know.
So, some of the artists that you actually do work with, why don't you, you know, plug them in? Let everybody know, because I know you got some dope people behind you.
I mean, I'm always gonna have to speak about first, always, when anybody asks about that artist-wise, it's Taboo.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, fuck, me and him are the ones that really started this shit. And, I mean, fuck, I'm still amazed to this day, like, how many people, real people, listen to his music.
And not only behind his music, which is obviously great music, he puts out, and he's consistent, very consistent with it.
Well, that's what it is, and that's what I've always told people. Like, you don't see what he's doing. Like, he didn't have a big, you know, he didn't have funding.
Yeah.
He had SoundCloud, and he had fire inside of him, and
he's a great, just a general person. Like, he's one of my favorite people that I fuck with. Every time I see him, he's always just
he's very he's a life path 6.
He's a likable person. And what's crazy is
I
believe I actually heard his music before I knew you.
Yeah.
But I believe it was on like a sponsored post or something on Facebook. Okay.
Well, there you go. There's even more. Like, who's hungry? Who's gonna do the shit that they? I'm so cold. I don't have to do that. And it's like, all right, well.
So he's been, you know,
at it
for a while, and then you introduced me to him, and then it was set after that. We got him on the show. But it's crazy because that sponsored post wasn't just. I'm not the only one who saw it.
Yeah.
You know, probably 200 other people have seen it, and then they've, you know, it goes along with the putting, you know, the promotion and putting the money behind it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you have a fire, I mean, it's a good thing it's already lit on fire, right? But at the end of the day, I would rather go buy 20 gallons of gasoline and just dump it on there so we can create a fucking huge ass fire.
Make a bonfire.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Taboo had a fire. He had something, and you know, I can only imagine, you know, the 2 years that it took him to build his SoundCloud, you know, how relentless he was. So you got to have something. That's why I said, like, when we're scanning, like, you have to have something. You have to have at least a little fire.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go ahead and bring the gasoline, and we're just going to dump this shit on there. And, you know, that's what we do. We pour gasoline on top of, you know, sparks.
Yeah, because that's what I look for whenever I'm you know, looking for people for the show. It goes kind of back to what you're saying is like, what are people following you for? And whenever I see an artist and they're posting, you know, maybe one thing about their music, but then it's shadowed by 15 memes that they post and people follow because of the memes, they don't have that fire that it takes to I feel like go to the next level, because essentially their page becomes a meme page and was sprinkled in there a little bit of their promotion for their music, and those posts get less engagement than whenever they're posting a funny picture or something.
Yeah, and it might be a great way to start if you don't have anything going, so you can kind of, you know, like slide it in there. But I mean, yeah, if you've been doing it for 2-3 years, and it's like, all right, well, they like you for that.
So getting on to, you know, behind Taboo, you have OG Silent.
OG Silent.
He has an album coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, OG Silent's really underrated, extremely talented, and he's doing numbers. He could be doing way bigger numbers. But like I told you, going back to the music video, the Nothing video.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just sometimes, you know, trust is very important, right? And you need to trust the people you work with. So, you know, now we're there. So that's what this Cold Hearted album's gonna. Well, you know what we hope it to be. Can't guarantee nothing, although I'm extremely confident.
Yeah.
But yeah, OG Silence fucking underrated as fuck,
Definitely.
and people are gonna they're going to get hip to him, like because of all those elements, all those angles, all those ingredients. We're finally putting it together, and we're gonna light a fire.
And then you got over there across the world, you got Nick Six.
Nick Six, shout out Nick Six. I
So,
was
you
talking
know,
to him today.
Somebody who, you know,
Croatia, Europe, yeah.
that's, you know, how did you even get?
Man, that's what I say.
That's crazy. Like,
I mean, for one, we'll go back to it. Tab Boozy. He worked with him. He did a couple of features, and really that was that. And he was like, "Yo, you should holler at this dude." He hollered at me. We've had a 3-year business relationship that was up and down. There was a lot of tough times in the beginning of not seeing eye to eye. Like, once again, trust, the trust factor. And I totally get it.
It's hard to trust people.
And it takes time. But as long as you keep doing what you're doing, the truth comes out.
Yeah.
And results come out. But yeah, shout out Nick Six. He's doing big numbers too. He's about to hit 60. He's at like 55,000 monthly listeners. You know, basically 55,000 people a month go listen to him on Spotify. Only on Spotify.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously lots of other fucking and yeah, he's doing numbers. He's doing numbers. Like, trust me, I know.
And then you're also working with a few, you know, newer people. I don't know if you want to talk about it. I listened to some of the music that you had, and it was very good.
Of these people.
No, of
the new people.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out Jay Green.
Yeah. Okay.
He's out in Louisiana. Yeah. And shout out Blue Star for the plug on that one. But yeah, Jay Green's dope. Jay Green's really dope.
He is.
Same thing. I mean, he's got a spark, so we're just building the fire, and he's fucking dope. He's got a couple of videos. Y'all go check that out. Yeah, Jay Green, When I Was Broke, and Cocaine Baby.
There you go. And then you have ooh.
Uh-oh.
I'm over here breaking shit.
Oh shit.
Looks like I'm just gonna have
Hey.
Looks like I'm breaking shit over here.
Just use imagination over here.
It happens. You know. You never know what's gonna happen whenever you're doing stuff on the fly. Nothing's well, I guess it is pre-record. I could like edit all this out if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But do I really want to?
I don't think so. I mean, as long as we keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking. But no, you have a newer, younger artist also out of Baytown, right? I don't know if you want.
Oh yeah. Brizzy Baby. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Brizzy Baby. I don't want to say too much about Brizzy Baby because you're gonna hear him.
But you know, shout out to him because I listened to his music and
he's.
I'm gonna have to tap in with him.
Oh yeah, he'll be here. I even thought about bringing him here, but then I was just like, I want to give them the music first. Although then again, now that I think about it, they could have went back and tapped in and be like, oh, damn, I fucked up. See? Oh well. I'll write that one down and we'll
figure it out.
Next time the next artist comes, like, we'll do it like this. We'll play chess. Like, who the
I'm
fuck
still
is this
trying
guy?
to figure this thing out.
Oh shit. Bub's a carpenter. No. Ted, get over here.
I'm over here.
Somebody call me. All right, let's stop. Fucking Calvin.
I think this works now. Hopefully.
Already.
We'll figure it out. We'll see if it falls again.
You know,
I'll just have to do the same thing over again. But
some super glue.
It's a clamp, which is, I don't know, it doesn't really clamp
Let me
on.
not even mess with that. I'm gonna fuck it off.
But no, so you have these dope artists behind you, and obviously what you're doing works.
I hope people see that. well, let me be honest. People are seeing that now, and
Yeah.
so it's man, they're fucking yeah. Especially the last few months, it's like I don't know, like
What?
God went bloop.
Why don't you give me like a little quick rundown on how OSF started? Because that's something I don't think I've ever really asked you of how it started.
Yeah. I used to live in Cali, El Monte, California, 626 San Gabriel Valley, right outside of East Los Angeles, in 2012.
Oof, I was graduating.
2012. I was a youngin.
I was young. I was like, well, I was having my kid that year.
Oh man, youngins having youngins. No, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's true, but yeah.
Yeah, I was too. You know, I'm there. As long as we learn, so that you know. Shout out to youngins.
So you were living in California.
Yeah. And I had moved out there. I had my own little thing going out there, with some people out there, sponsorships and whatnot, and I would go back and forth. But I was like, you know what? I need to just stay out there, not just go out there for weekends at a time. Cause just the weekends at a time, a lot of connections and a lot of good things were happening, and I'm just like, all right, I'm starting, you know, my age is starting to tick, like, you know, like I kind of get this, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta do shit now, type shit. So we was out there, and I was recording a project, and one of the songs that I was recording out there, it was called Old School Flow. I remember I heard the beat, and it just reminded me. It sounded like some Big Crit shit, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it was some.
It had that
Big
old
Crit
school
shit.
sound to it.
Yeah, it had that old school sound, and I was just, you know, whatever, just made a little song on it. You know, didn't think of anything too much of it. And then I linked up with, notice how I say his name again, Blue Star. Shout out Blue Star.
Shout out Blue Star.
Blue Star. Nah, never mind. I was gonna say I'm gonna need a free cover with all this, but he looks out. But all right, nah, maybe I shouldn't say that. Anyways, but Blue Star shot the video. We had been communicating on MySpace or Facebook. I don't know what was going on.
I think it was probably MySpace at that time.
Man, he was barely starting to do like videos, so we linked up. He shot the video. We did it at my grandma's, and we linked up with this dude in the valley, Fino, and he had a big reach out there, you know, and we dropped the video with his reach, with what I was doing. It, you know, the first week or so, or maybe the first couple of days, it did more than typically what it does. Yeah. You know, it was, and like people were just reaching out, like, you know, way more than what it ever has been. And so I just ran with it. I was like, all right, old school flow beanies, old school flow shirts, you know, and it worked. And you know, we had a little, what would I call it, a little setback, but we're back.
Yeah,
we're back, but that's how it started. Pretty much that. There was no, it happened organically.
And you did have a setback. We don't have to get into it.
We all have setbacks sometimes. So.
But I mean, what did that setback teach you in the long run? Like so far, you know, how did it help you grow as a person? Because a lot of people have a setback and it keeps them there.
Man,
you had a setback and you came back stronger.
Yeah, and the setback you're talking about is being incarcerated.
Yes.
You know, just so. Well, nothing to brag about, but maybe for other people who are, you know, that can relate, or maybe going through a situation.
Yeah, a lot of people
going to get incarcerated.
A lot of people go through that, you know, situation. A lot of people have trouble coming back from that.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly but true. Like,
yeah, it's
I
true.
know the statistics. Yeah. It's not good. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But as far as I guess you could say the thing that, I forgot how you worded it, but whatever. Made me better or stronger or whatever.
What did it teach you?
Yeah, well, what it did was take me out of the elements that I was in at the time. It took out all the distractions. You know, when you're whatever it is you do, and maybe, you know, it's nothing too good, There's a lot of negative influences, whether it be women, drugs, alcohol,
Money.
peers, all that, especially, if you live in, areas where, being tough and being an outlaw and all these things are promoted and all these things. Yeah. I mean, breaking the law, we won't get into detail, but
you're an outlaw.
well, I'm not saying me, I'm not, fuck, but, but so when it took me out, my setback took me out of that.
Yeah.
It allowed me to remember like who I was, like as a child, before all the influences came, and as you grow up, and so that's how it helped me. It reminded me of like, yo, like what are you doing? It kind of
brought you back down to earth and kind of grounded you.
Yeah, definitely. But also like just remembering like what your talents are, what your skills are, like what what you love to do, just simple things like that is important, because we do lose ourselves. Like you mentioned earlier, somebody, a lost soul, and it's like that's common for us to like, especially as, children, or adolescents or whatever, growing up, we get pulled in so many directions, and we end up doing things that maybe fuck, I want to be a baseball star. I'm being another fucking star, and it's like because of all these influences and these things like that. And
there's a little known fact, Jae Mo was in fact very good at baseball at one point.
I was. I
think
I still am.
With high dreams of becoming an MLB star.
Hey, man. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. Don't make me pull up people from the past. No. But,
yeah. The Louisville Slugger.
Oh, man. You don't want to see me on the baseball diamond, but no, but yeah, I think that's what it is. Because everything that, anybody that's doing something negative or just not being a positive in their life and other people's life or whatever, their community, we weren't born like that, like, and not to say that we were trained like that, not to say that it came from home. A lot of it comes from outside of the home. And, if we walk outside and we're in River Oaks, you have these elements and angles and these things. And I'm just throwing random hoods, and I'm sure you go somewhere in Fifth Ward and you walk outside your home, there's a completely different type of elements and influences and distractions. And it's not to say that just because you're in a high class area you won't turn out bad, but if you look at the statistics, if you look at the bad percentages, people you're highly likely to succeed over here, and highly likely to, not succeed, or succeed in areas that you essentially will have a setback.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought, but yeah.
Well, from everything that's happened, you've grown OSF to, what it is today, and, it's by no means capped off to where it's as big as it's going to be. And
just getting started.
Yeah, you're still growing, so that's why I'm happy that we're getting this interview done like at the beginning.
2021,
because
it's gonna be
2021, 2022.
I mean, 2020 was fucking dope.
5 years from now, whenever you're still doing this and you're even bigger, I want to have you come back and we can look back and see what it was at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, and this wasn't the beginning, but
no,
but yeah, this will, in a sense, I guess, be the beginning.
And
down the road,
you have what I like to call a passion for a lot of things. Every time I come to talk to you, you're dabbling in something new.
I mean, I don't think so. Like new,
yeah.
I mean, maybe something different, but I don't.
To where it's like you have a new idea for a business or something. Every time I come to see you, your mind is in 20 different places at once.
That is facts. But as far as something new, okay. Well, to me, it's it's investments. Whatever. Music is an investment.
Yeah.
it's the music business, it's the stock market, or you want to add crypto, and you want to add all that other shit in there. Then you have profit, selling shirts, selling sweaters, shopOSF.com, go copy one. Barbering, which to me is just a side hustle to raise capital to invest in these other areas that will produce better income. So at the end of the day, if it's new ideas, it's with this. So, but as far as like,
It's all surrounded by
I feel like I stay right here because I've learned this is where I need to stay. But as far as like, new ideas for that, yeah, but I don't think I really get into anything new,
Well, what are the future plans, or what do you have in mind for OSF?
To try, spend the rest of my life to making this logo as recognizable as possible.
We talked about it whenever
regardless of what it is,
When we were getting my haircut, you want the OSF logo to not only be a record label. People don't just look at it as a record label, but you look at it to be a positive thing that people come and you see that, and
yeah, like you already know what you're getting. Like when you go to McDonald's,
quality.
You already know what you're getting. Maybe not.
No,
not healthy.
Not McDonald's, but OSF. You want it to represent quality.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I mean, if you see something that's recognizable, what is it recognizable for? Like you see that white Ford Bronco,
OJ.
1991.
OJ.
What is just stuff like that. And I wouldn't say that's the main goal, but at the end of the day, if that goal is to get accomplished through a lifetime, I can only imagine what's behind that, and it's gonna be business, hopefully big business.
And you're somebody who I've always seen to be a realist. I think
got to.
You're pretty honest with a lot of stuff, and I don't think you've ever steered me wrong in anything.
I try not to.
So whenever you see an artist, and do you feel like it's good to have backup plans, because you have all these different things that you do besides music? You have your investments, you have your stocks and stuff, and you have music is not your, like you said, it's not something you want to do. You don't want to be the rapper, so you have these backup plans behind it, not like literal backup plans, but other ways that you.
Well, that's me. That's me. I mean, if somebody is a diehard, straight artist inside of them, then you need to do that. Me, I've always been selling stuff. Even as a little kid, like that's what's in me 100%. So I wouldn't say nobody, no artist to follow my blueprint, or as far as detailed, but everything that I mentioned as far as product, investments, the music business, and a side hustle, I think all artists can implement that in what they do, because with your royalty money, even if it's small money, put it in the stock market, grow that.
What's the market looking like today?
Oh, it was fucking dope. It was fucking dope. Yeah. Tesla for the win. Tesla Boys mixtape coming soon, featuring my boy Coop Martian. No, it's not real, but we could make it real, because
it's gonna be real after this. Now
it might be real. You know what?
I'm gonna tell Coop, and then Coop's gonna run with it.
Well, we've already created Tesla Boys, but it's all just here, and it's for fun.
I want a Tesla. That's my goal right now. Is to get a Tesla.
I just want more stocks.
You just want more Tesla
stocks.
It's on the rise.
Yeah, so it's about to hit I don't know where it's at, but yeah, it was like $6.95. Huh?
But
shout out Elon Musk.
Within the last few times I've seen you've been really invested in the stock market, and that seems foreign to a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I make it a priority to try to teach as many people that it's foreign to.
Yes.
And in, our communities, it's foreign. It's foreign as fuck. So, like, it's really important to get into that. Like, it's fucking really, really important. I wish I would have got into it earlier. I've always had people, like, always tell me, like, you need to do that. Like, your mind with it, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that because I didn't know. I don't know, you know. But once I actually got in there, I was just like, charts, graphs, you know,
That's why
numbers.
that's why it's foreign to a lot of people, because you just see numbers, you just see graphs, and you don't know where to look, you don't know what to look for or how to read it.
Yeah, and it's really not too difficult. It's not difficult at all. It's just like anything, like, you know, driving a car. You know, go get somebody that's never driven a car. They're gonna freak the fuck out, but they'll learn, especially if they want to.
Yeah.
And I think once they put their, you know,
And that's
they look in
something-
there, they'll go, I want to learn this shit.
And that's something we've talked about is you teaching me how to do it. I want to learn more about it, and then I'm sure anybody who sees this, the results speak for itself, and they would want to, learn it.
And I'm telling you, artists, man, not just rappers, but just musicians in general.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and consider myself a musician, even though I'm not. Doesn't matter, because my past, it's still actively making money, right? Because artists, our musicians, we are asset creating machines. Meaning we can create assets. What is assets? Assets is something that continuously puts money in your pocket. Shout out Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So when you make a song and you put it out there, it is never going to take money from you. Yes, you're going to have to pay a little distribution fee to put it out there. At the end of the day, if nobody listens to it, which in this day and era with algorithms and with everything, that's not going to happen. But if nobody listens to it, you're not going to lose no money.
It's just going to sit there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
you're not losing money.
You're never gonna lose money. So we're asset creating machines, and what we need to do is, if that's what we do, then we need to do that and put it out there and have, you know. And some people look at it and be like, well, yeah, but you know, you got to do this many numbers because, you know, Drake does 100 million, you know, streams, and it's like, you can look at it like that, yes, and maybe we're not all Drake and we can do numbers like that, but. You can't create 1 million songs and make a penny a year off of each song? Do the math. Like, we really don't. We look at things in a far-fetched way and not in a realist way.
Yeah, because I know plenty of artists that they're not getting Drake numbers, but they're able to sustain themselves. They're able to live off of it. They're able to pay their bills and be happy with, and they're doing something that they enjoy. But you don't have to make Drake numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So you take that money and you put it in the stock market.
Yeah.
And then you do Drake numbers. And if you're really ambitious, then you create your own products. And you know that. But going back to what you were saying, artists, like, what do you think that they should do, or how should they do it? I think that's what they should do. They should continuously, if you have a job or a side hustle, well, then use that as your capital, your funding, and you put it towards your music business, and you create more assets, something that you don't have to actually be present. Maybe one time to create the song, then that's it, and put it out there, build it up, get somebody that knows marketing, advertisements. Maybe you do. Use the same funding to invest in that and create more awareness, which will create more royalties from streaming. Then put those two incomes together and put it in the stock market, learn this shit, create another income. And it's like, like, not everybody can be Drake, but everybody can be financially literate and be financially free.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's facts. Like, everybody. And then SlumpedSessions gonna get on his. I'm not saying he's not there. I don't know your situation, but stock market, I'm gonna teach you this shit. I
think it's crazy the way you just broke it down, because from that one income would be your job. Your
earned income. That's what it's called.
Earned income.
Yeah. And it's taxed the highest.
You turned it into promoting the music. You get your assets, and then it goes into investing into stuff, getting more money that way, which then you can put that money back into the assets of the music, or you can use it to, like you've done, do OSF clothing and then that
OSF hot dogs, whatever the fuck you want.
That brings in, more avenues to bring in more money.
Yeah. And, when you have multiple islands versus one island, if this island needs more soda, then you can shoot it over here. This island needs more, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
You shoot it over there, and it makes things easier. And then if you're in the middle and you own these islands, and you're like, you know what, I need a little bit of soda for myself, and I don't know if I'm painting it right, but
Well, I think the way you broke it down right there, it's probably the easiest I've heard it being broken down.
Yeah.
Where can people come if they want to learn too? I know
I mean,
where do they look?
As far as stock market,
Yeah, or just investments, and if they want to learn, and
well, you can look everywhere, right? You can look on YouTube, and there's free people here. You can come and holler at me or other people that are like me that, offer assistance as far as learning. But I will say this, that, all of our minds are different, and we're better skilled for different things. So maybe some people...
not everybody's built the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my mind is really good at baseball. My mind is not really good at hockey. Well, I don't know. I've never went ice skating. Maybe that's a bad one. You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that everybody can't make money in the stock market. That's only to say that you might need some outside assistance to help you, but it is for everybody. That's why they have brokers, stockbrokers, to help you, which, it's kind of, I guess, I don't know. That's maybe more so for the rich or whatever, but that's why motherfuckers like me trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, help.
You ain't got to be in a suit and tie.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's not only for the rich.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, that's how they consistently create separation, because they are doing where we need to get involved in.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. But, I don't know. I guess, yeah.
For me, thinking about like stocks and stuff was always foreign, and then I think seeing somebody that I know that is doing it, and then like it kind of put it into like perspective, like, oh shit,
yeah,
Jay's doing it.
Yeah, anybody can do it.
This guy's not.
Fucking uncle's doing it, man.
Yeah,
Fuck.
this guy's not, college.
I say that all like, never mind. I was about to crack a joke, but
he wasn't paying attention. He's in Candy Crush
no,
land.
yeah, but I got him on it, and he was at first he was just like, I don't know, man, fuck all that shit, typical shit.
Yeah.
And then all right, cool. Come back like 2 weeks or whatever. Hey, check this out. God damn, maybe I should.
Yeah, that's exactly what
happened.
happened.
A little bit, fucking almost a year later, he's sitting on something, So yeah, I mean, it's for everybody. They just don't teach it to everybody, but I'm gonna do my best to do what I can. At the end of the day, I'm also a businessman,
yes.
And I'm on some Jewish principles type shit. And you do have to pay for things, like people who
nothing comes free.
Pay attention.
Nothing is free in the world.
And if it is for free, you're not gonna really utilize it.
Yeah,
it's just how our minds work. So
it's like if somebody gave you $500 compared to if you worked for $500.
Yeah, or if somebody gives you a present versus you paid for the present.
Yeah, you bought,
Yeah, you
somebody gives you an Xbox compared to you buying one. You're gonna see it differently.
You go buy, we can keep going on. You go buy you a $40,000 car versus somebody gives it to you. I bet the motherfucker that put his own money on that bitch he's gonna pay attention to them curves and shit. And it's the same thing when it comes with knowledge and things that are beneficial for you. Like, nothing's for free. This is, these are my beliefs, but it's Jewish law, and from statistics, they're pretty fucking good at finances,
Yeah.
But it's true, man. It's very true. But jmo281@gmail.com.
There you go. What about if they want to find you on Instagram or anything?
Fuck Instagram, but
it's there.
Yeah, it's there. I forgot what it is. It's either Jae Mo OSF or some shit like that. I don't know. I barely kind of like started really getting on Instagram.
Shop and
Yeah, shopOSF.com. You know, it's just the clothing and stuff like that. The music. Oh yeah, the music. If you're on Spotify, go follow This Is OSF Music playlist, and that'll have everybody in there. And you can, you know, so you don't have to go searching everybody.
You can definitely tap into what you got going on. Is there anything else you wanted to cover? You have anything else you want to plug?
Bub, can you think of anything? Let me see.
Anything else you? I know I know you got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of artists, and you got a lot of wheels turning, and you're growing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely happened. 2021, we're gonna do what we did in 2020. We're gonna triple up again, and
you're somebody I've seen that's grown during this pandemic.
Oh, this was my best year of my life.
Yeah, and it's shut a lot of people down. It slowed a lot of artists and but you have grown.
I was ready for this for financial literacy, reading all those books. They said get ready for this.
Get ready for a pandemic?
Not a pandemic, but something that crashes the markets.
That just puts everything to a halt.
Exactly. And we were due up for it. We don't know what it was going to be. I saw the China shit, and I'm like, oh, shit, it's coming. But, yeah.
Well, you were somebody who was definitely ready.
Here's 3 things we'll end it with. Go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Go read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And go read... what is that fucking book called?
What's that book that you had the other day then?
That was probably Think and Grow Rich, like the physical book.
Yeah.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The #1 self-help book since the 30s. It's controversial,
30s.
But very, very, there's a lot of knowledge in there. Jay Prince, Slim Thug, everybody recommends to read these, you know, all the hip-hop honors. And it's not just, you know, read it.
Well, reading has helped you a lot.
Reading has helped a lot. Audible, if you don't like to read. Audible.
Yeah. Shout out to Audible.
Yeah.
But, hey.
Click the link down there. Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Hey, let's put the link. We're going to put the link, and you can claim free stocks. You just got to download the app. Boom.
Down.
Oh, yeah. Down there.
Yes.
Down.
It's going to be down there. There's going to be links to everything. And there's going to be links to Jae Mo _OSF, since you don't remember the Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's just, I don't know. Fuck Instagram.
Hey, it's there. And it's a useful tool.
It is. Maybe not necessarily with what I do, but it is useful.
And in a whole, I mean, that's where I seen you promoting the.
I'm barely starting to,
yeah.
And no one really, you know, gravitates to it. Like Snapchat, it's better because it's a one-on-one thing.
Well, Snapchat, follow Jae Mo on Snapchat.
I'm about to delete it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're getting.
So there's no social media for you, but
I don't know.
I know you're somebody who's.
I want them to focus on the artist. That's
yeah.
why, or maybe I focus on the artist, and that's why my social media is just like.
Hey, links will be down below to everything.
Yeah, links.
I appreciate you for coming by.
Brizzy Baby, Finesse Baby coming soon. Taboo, Stacks video out now. Shout out Chino Chase. Shout out my boy Mike C the Champ. Bobalewski. Big Ham. Everybody.
We out here.
Yeah. Cold Hearted coming soon.
Jae Mo. OSF team. What is it? An OSF family team? What are you?
We're an organization.
OSF organization.
Yeah.
Hey. I appreciate you for coming by. Both of y'all.
Man.
All 3 of y'all.
Thanh you, man.
Y'all
Well, grab the Louisville Slugger.
y'all are welcome anytime, for sure.
Thank you.
Hey,
this was fun.
This was definitely fun. It's been a long time coming. We out here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay slumped.
Stay slumped.
Roll it up, let it slump. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Why talk about it, be about it, take another shot.